Alright guys, what's going on? We've got the third war of Season 24 here, and today Forlooky's going to be facing NewN or New Nation. These guys are very good, obviously. Top 3 Alliance War alliances in the game pretty consistently. I think almost every season for the past several. So we know that this is going to be one of our 3 hardest matchups of the season, the other 2 being ASR and Kenobi. So we really want to do a good job on this one. They are going to be running Protect, so let's go ahead and take a look at their defense. And yeah, I'm just double checking the global here. So Man-Thing on Vigorous Assault in Section 1. I think that's an unduped Man-Thing. So I don't fully understand that. But if he was awakened, that would be good placement. Nova on the heavy hitter node, that's pretty good placement. Hit Monkey on the second heavy hitter node. That's something that I don't think we've seen before. Let's see here. Dr. Doom on Aggression Fury. Path 9 in Section 1 looks pretty normal. Tigra on node 23. That seems kind of weird because you would just want to use Human Torch against her. Long Shot on Buffet. I think last time we faced them they did the same placement and I took it with Omega Red. Void on the other Buffet node, that could be kind of difficult. Let's see here. Thing and Immortal Abomination on Path 5 in Section 2. That makes sense, I guess. Sasquatch on Encroaching Stun, that can be quaked, but not super reliably. And I think that's a rank 3 Agent Venom. They're at the end of 789. And then I see Korg on Hazard Shift Mini, which is a fight that I've always avoided in the past and given to Pete, and then a rank 3 Moleman boss. So I had a feeling I was going to end up taking that. I was a little bit concerned, but alright, so we're going to go in here with Magneto, Omega Red, and Sabretooth. And we are going to be starting off on Path 4 in Section 1. And our first fight here is going to be a rank 3, the Champion. So with this new global, I do think that the Champion has a place on Alliance War defense again. I don't think it's this node, though. I think he could be okay for, like, maybe the boss, I'm not sure. But here, he's not going to really gain any benefit. Like, if you're using a large champion, you're going to be fine, and as long as you're kind of keeping an eye out for his Unstoppable, you'll also be fine. So here, I'm just kind of trying to let my spores build up, lock them in. I know he's going to be going Unstoppable soon. So I'm going to be a little bit careful here. So there, he did end up getting it. Not a big deal. Just going to back off. Yeah, the fight's over. So, really straightforward. Not a huge deal at all. And so now we're going to move up to this Hit Monkey. So this has Power Alternator and Heavy Hitter. So this can be a difficult node. But Hit Monkey, it is a rank 3, and he just doesn't have very much health. So this fight, just look how fast this fight is. So I'm just going to do my usual, like, medium light, just to kind of get spores built up. I'm going to go ahead and knock him down. I'm pretty confident in evading his special 1. Gonna lock them in again, and that was like a 20-second fight. And it was only 10 hits, so really not too much to be concerned about. So here I'm going to go ahead and share some energy, move up to Section 2 where I'm going to be on Path 9. Both of these fights are going to be Metal Defenders, so I'm going to use Magneto for these. And basically on these nodes you don't want to stun, especially this one you never want to stun. The other one you can, but it's like on a timer. So I'm going to start this fight, get a good intercept. I probably should have waited for her to be magnetized before I did that. But I can't punish her heavy with my heavy. I don't want to hit her when she's stunned, so I'm basically going to play this fight without any prowess, which is fine. It's just going to take a little bit longer. And you'll see that I will get a special 3 off against her, and it does like no damage. So her special 1 didn't power drain me. I probably should have thrown special 2s, honestly. And I did remove suicides for these fights because my next fight's going to be Modok, and I didn't want to trigger protection. So just baiting out special 2s here. Gonna go ahead and throw my special 3. Again, you know, it does pretty much no damage. I probably could have charged like 1 heavy attack or something to help a little bit, but... And you can see too that against metal champions, Magneto can't miss or be auto-blocked. He can still be evaded, just no miss or auto-block. So, like Ghost, for example, like, you know, her phase, he won't miss into her phase, I don't think. Modok will never auto-block him. So it's pretty safe unless you just, you know, completely mess something up. And you'll see in the next fight here that I do manage to mess it up. So this is going to be a rank 3 6-star Modok. I always heal to full unless I know I'm going to be healing somehow from a node. So I'm going to go ahead and hop in here, and I'm going to parry him. I'm going to parry him when I'm allowed to, but I can't use my special 3 against him because it'll trigger protection. I am still going to try to get off some heavies though for the extra like auxiliary damage. But this is just going to be a messy, messy fight. So I'm going to start out here blocking. Go in, he's magnetized. You can see that I can't be auto-blocked. His shield will come back, but it'll just go away immediately. So there, I run in. He intercepts me with the special 1. Got a pretty good reparry there. Here, for some reason, I just completely block the special 1. But as long as that timer up in the corner isn't red, I can parry him. So finally evaded his special 1 there. It's red again. That means that I cannot parry him, which is fine. Get hit with the special 1 again. So yeah, we're just going to parry heavy, and eventually it's going to get to the point where, well, I guess we'll just wait for it to happen actually. Okay, so the timer is completely gone, meaning that Magneto turned the node off. There's no more stun reflection or anything like that. So I'm just going to parry in heavy, and I trigger protection. So now my damage is going to be a lot smaller. Luckily I can parry him, but you can see that, like, you know, my hits aren't critting. My rank 3 6-star is hitting for like 700. So there I went for a light attack intercept. He didn't go for it. Gonna get off a reparry here. I don't want him getting 2 stacks of protection. That would put me in a really bad spot. There I go for another light attack. He doesn't go for it again. So it was honestly kind of reckless for me to throw that heavy attack. I should not have done that. But I'm just gonna basically hit into him and kind of like get hit by another special 1. But I'm just gonna hit into him and try not to trigger any more protection. I'm done going for the light attack intercepts. He's not really playing aggressively enough for me to be able to do that. So yeah. Finally figured out how to evade his special 1s. Fight's almost over, but you can see it's been, I mean, honestly, just like a lot longer than it should have been at this point. And he finally goes down. That was like a 2.5 minute fight. Should not have been that long. But I'm going to move up here now for my last 2 fights of the war. And this first one is going to be one that I was very concerned about. This is going to be Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Poison. And it's going to be Korg. So the reason that Korg is hard on this node is because you can't reliably counter his heavy with your heavy. I know there's a way to do it. It's not one that I really want to mess with in war if I don't have to. So it's just gonna be like a normal, you know, fight, I guess, like less like an Omega Red fight. So my strategy going in here is basically just gonna be to stand close to him, hit him a bunch when he has the poison debuff timer up, and then use my special 3s to heal any sort of damage that I take. So here we pretty much don't have any spores on him anymore at this point. He's back in the incinerate phase, so I'm just gonna block, try to get to 10 spores. Now he's back in the poison phase, so I'm free to hit him as much as I want, make sure that I have 10 spores on him, and then throw my special 3 to heal up some chip damage and some incinerate damage that I've taken throughout the fight. So I should probably start fast forwarding through these special 3s, I apologize about that. But yeah, he's still in the poison phase. So now he's about to go into incinerate, meaning that I can't hit him too much. I'm going to do 2 hits and parry. And that should pretty much hold him at bay, and I want to push him to special 2s if I can. So there, he threw the special 1, not a huge deal. Gonna go ahead and use my special 3 again. Sorry about that. And yeah, this fight's almost over. It's actually going better than I had anticipated it going. So still in the poison phase. We're looking pretty good here. Need to bait out the special 2. The biggest thing is maintaining your space on the map, because if you get cornered and start having to like dex heavies in the corner, you're pretty much done for. So you don't want to do that when he starts going unstoppable and unblockable. And this is also a fight that you could probably Quake if you wanted to, but Omega works as well. Okay, so this is going to be a Moleman boss. I was kind of nervous about it. You can't counter his heavy with your heavy very reliably with Omega Red. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to hit him a bunch and try to stay close and pretty much just block everything and make sure that I'm not hitting into his block. So my main concern here was block damage, like doing block damage to myself. So that's why I went ahead and used a combat regen boost. Pretty much every boss fight you do, I feel like you should be using a 3-minute boost for it. Especially someone like me who isn't like super used to it. I don't usually play great like in really high pressure situations, so you know, I know myself, and I know that when in doubt I should probably overboost. It's always better to overboost than underboost. So I'm just going to try to build up some spores on him here. I'm going to hold on to my special 3 in case I trigger protect, but I can see at this point that it's not happening. Like I'm not triggering the global, so yeah, I think at a certain point I just start using my special 3 because I do have mutant boosts on from the Korg fight. So as you can see, like a couple people actually asked me to send this fight over after I was done, and I literally told them it is an unbelievably boring fight. You don't want to watch this. It's you know, there's really nothing to this fight at all. It's, you know, I mean, I'm what, 80 hits in at this point. He's at 30%, and I haven't done anything except for just bait out heavy attacks and hit into him. Now I've finally thrown a special 3. The other thing is you want to make sure that you do not hit into his block when he has his monster mass charges. So here he started being kind of annoying. He was doing like 2 hits into the block, backing off, finally throws a heavy attack for me to get in. And also, Omega Red, last time that I fought Moleman in war and I threw my special 2 with Omega Red, he was able to block the last portion of it. So I did not want to throw my special 2 at all during this fight, especially being on the boss node with his stats so boosted. You know, be pretty easy to die. So at this point in the fight, I pretty much know that I have got it under control. He's hitting really hard through the block. Like, each blocked hit now is doing, like, you know, over 1,000. But he's also so low on health that I pretty much know that I have this under control. Gonna go in here, hit him a couple more times, and he goes down. So, another boss fight. Went really well. It was 137 hits, so kind of long. I'm not sure why Moleman was the boss. I doubt he would ever get a kill on the boss node. I feel like there's other places you could put him that maybe he'd be more challenging. But everyone was being super nice afterwards. Very exciting. And my battle group actually managed to finish with only 1 death, and it wasn't me this time, which felt nice. We did end up losing this war. We played, I think a couple people had some trouble, but for the most part we played well. New Nation is just really good. They only died 2 times, so not much you can do when you're going against an alliance that, you know, that only dies twice, or that every time that we face them they have like their best war of the season. So I'm not sure, but either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.